There we go. Any questions, put it into the chat box. You all know me pretty well. There are a lot of faithful people back here again. So you do know when I get excited, I forget to share the screen. I share it myself. And all of you are just sitting looking at my ugly mug. So just shout out. Don't type it in the box because I won't look at it. Just unmute yourself and shout, hey, Frank, we can't see you. Hey, Kay, good to see you there as well. Sue, gee, great to see so many people here. So we're going to get right into it. And there's Jane Gunn. We've got a TV star amongst us today. People, I want to tell you, who is a TV star. There we go. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll get into the whole story, and please get a pen and paper. There's going to be a ton of content today again. There we go. Some chats over there. Does anyone else have this deafening music? That's my vibe music to get us going. We need the vibe music over there. There we go. Let's see there. New Zealand, Australia, Lanelli, Costa de Hastings, Hartford, Hampshire. So it's nice. We're pretty local today. This afternoon, I think it's going to be very much more American-based because that will suit their time zones. Can't hear any music. Yeah, I've just switched it off. So, right, let's get right into sharing the screen here. And there we go. Right, so let's get away with it. Many of you know my story already. I always tell this at the beginning of my webinars. I went on a course on how to run a webinar, and they say you've got to do all the soft stuff to develop rapport. So that's what I'm doing now. I grew up in a little town in South Africa, a gold mining town. When I was 9 years old, they had a sinkhole. One family disappeared. We left that night and never saw the place again. Right up until today, all of our stuff is there. And the cool thing about it, I thought about this the other day, if we didn't have that sinkhole, that occurrence, I most probably be a shift boss on the mine, putting on my boots and overall, going to go and do my shift right now. But I did leave school and did what I always wanted to do. I became a drummer in a rock band, which is absolutely the best job on the planet. That's me when I had hair. Mind you, that looks like what I looked like when we had the lockdown. Pretty similar kind of look there. That was fantastic. I did that for 8 years. I didn't make much money, but the fringe benefits were out of this world. I had the most brilliant time ever. Moved over to England, was in financial services, and then 25 years ago, started my career as an international keynote speaker, which I love. I've spoken in 69 countries, and the business has been really good to me. Speaking around the world, I have 3 homes around the world. That's on the left is my home in London. Bottom left is my home in Spain. On the right is my home in Orlando. So I have a great lifestyle. I have 4 fantastic cars, including my dream car that I've always wanted, my Bentley. Absolutely love that. Clive is sitting there shaking, no, it's not a dream car. But it's great. I have a fantastic lifestyle. In the last 3 months, traveled all over the world. I did gigs in December. I did a gig in New York, which was fantastic. 2 gigs there. They put me up for the weekend. I then went off to South America, Argentina, Chile, Brazil. January, I was in South Africa. It was amazing. Life was pretty good. Top right, that was me in Spain 2 weeks ago. And I thought things couldn't get better. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, earlier this year, the virus hits. Now, I want to tell you one thing. It's fantastic having 3 houses, having 4 cars. It is not fantastic when there is 0 income coming in. And you've got to pay 3 lots of homeowners, you've got to pay insurance on your cars, you've got to pay road tax, you've got to pay the tag. All of a sudden, you see this massive outgoing and nothing coming in. And I just thought to myself, geez, I've got to do something. I can't see myself getting onto a stage before early next year again. So I quickly pivoted and went to all of my clients and started saying to them, book me, I'll do remote stuff. I've got a few, nothing much, so it was ticking over. But then I decided to start going back to what I did before. I've always sold courses, so I started making online courses, running webinars, and upselling at the end of them. And that worked pretty well. And all of a sudden, I was sort of saved again. In fact, if we just go, let's just go into my live Kajabi here, because a lot of people use all these false things they give you, they make up numbers. But this is my live Kajabi, and there you can see that's where it all started, the 29th of March. And you can see the figures coming in: 36, 1100, 114, 114, 27, 54, 741, 685, 140, 94, 141, 330, 260, 1068. I could keep going, but there you can actually see the proof. All of a sudden, I was saved. I could pay for my cars. I could pay for my houses. Life started to look a little bit good again. And then I realized I've always created courses. It all started many years ago, my first year as a speaker, 25 years ago. I went to a conference, National Speakers Association in America, and there was a legend there, a lady called Dottie Walters, who was the legendary woman in speaking bureaus. And I did the normal bad speaker thing. I walked up to her and I said, "Can I have a half an hour of your time?" Hoping she would give it to me for free. She said, "Yeah, you can, much as you want, $250 an hour." I was like, whoa. Anyway, I paid $500. It's the best investment I have ever made in my life. She sat with me for 2 hours. She ripped me apart. And she said, "What products have you got?" Nothing. She said, "When you get back home, go and put together your first product." Got back to London again. And oh, by the way, speaker view, always click in the top right-hand corner where you can just see me. Otherwise, you're going to see about 50 other people. Anyway, I got back home again, and I had one of those little Sony mini disc things, recorder things. I can't even remember what it was, but I came into my little home office here, and I started recording my first course for financial advisors. And I thought it was pretty good. And I found a place called Fairview Studios up north. I sent it to them and I said, "Please turn it into 3 CDs that I can sell." Anyway, the guy phoned me. He said, "Are you out of your mind?" He says, "There are dogs barking in the background. There are airplanes going overhead." I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I was just crazy what was happening. I said, "Please clean it up as much as you can." Hey, there's my buddy, Gavin Sharples, probably the best speaker in South Africa and one of the best on the planet. Good to see you, Gav. Anyway, I cleaned it up and he put it all together for me. And I then designed my own box for it. How is that for a great cover for a CD? I went onto Adobe Illustrator, I think it was at that stage, and I made a great cover. Phoned one of my CEOs that I knew in London, who was big in financial services. I went in there, said, "Furness, what are you selling today?" Nothing. Actually, yes, something. I've got this 3 CD series. Maybe you can distribute it to your brokers around the world. I said, "Okay, leave it with me." Came back a week later and he said, "I actually like it. What is the cost?" 25 years ago, I had no clue about what to charge. So I just said $50. He said, "Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take it. We're going to give it to our marketing department. They're going to fix it up. Can you invoice me for 1,000 copies? My very first sale was $50,000. And that was 25 years ago. As you can see, the fixed version, that was my one on the left. That was theirs on the right there. It looks pretty much a little bit better. Royal Scandia 3 CD series. And they distributed that all over the world. And then I realized I love making product. And I started making tons of other product. That's just me in my office. Bought a £1,000 microphone, got a good system to use it with. And then I started. My next one was Walking with Tigers, 3 CD series. Hunting for tigers, how to find clients. I then found one of the world's top guys on consulting, Tom Lambert. And this is something I want you to think about, is working with others in conjunction and doing joint products. The way I do this, I do it with a lot of people. We come into my studios, we record it. We then each get a copy and we agree on a price. Whatever I sell, I keep 100%. Whatever they sell, they keep 100%. And it's clear and easy to do. There's a lady called Hillary Wilson. We did one on business presentation skills. Keith Banfield, The Secret of Asking Questions. And then I started going big. I started doing 15 CD series, which at that stage sold for about £250. There was one. And there was my big one, Sales Strategies for Financial Advisors. And that was a 15 CD series. I've sold literally thousands of those. That was at 250 pounds or $250, sold thousands of those. And that was great. I mean, we remember at the back of the room when we were speaking, we all had those big stands over there, and the Gammon Sharples, again, one of the masters of selling products. But there you can see I had 23 products at one stage. But there's the big difference. That was in 2009. 2020, we're in a whole different world. And it hit me last year when somebody phoned me and said, I want one of your series of the Financial Advisor, but I want it online. So, I don't have it online. He says, then I'm not buying it. And straight away, I started working on it. And actually, I've been working on it for about 2 years now. I released it earlier this year, and it's just going brilliantly for me. So what we're going to speak about today is a couple of things: how you can make money while you sleep, online courses, which of course is the way to go. Affiliate marketing. I've always done affiliate marketing, where I sell other people's products, or I can get people to sell my products and I pay them a commission. Drop shipping gets a little bit more difficult, but drop shipping, can you imagine selling any kind of product where you actually don't have to keep any stock? There are massive drop shippers out there. So if you were going to sell t-shirts, caps, whatever you want to, you find a drop shipping company. All you've got to do is be a great salesperson, get a website together, drive the sales to yourself. You then give it to the drop shipper who delivers, does all of that kind of stuff, and you make the margin in between. The biggest thing about all of this is you've got to be a master at sales and marketing. You can have the best online products in the world. If you don't know how to sell, they're just going to sit there doing nothing. And for me, the two best avenues have been LinkedIn and webinars, which we'll see today. So as I said, I'm just going to come out of the share here. As I said, about a month ago, I had so many people saying, can you do a course on how to make courses? I said, okay, and I took a week off and made a course, and there were 13 about 30-minute videos. And then I thought, no, there's way more than that, because I've got so much knowledge on that. I just assume so many things. Michael Tipper, you were saying to me that my system of marketing is brilliant. And then I thought, yes, it is. I just assume. And then I sat down and I thought, no, I've got to really get into it. And I've been working about 16 hours a day. It will be launched on the 1st of next month. And if we take a look at it here, this is what it's going to be about. It's huge. The first module is all about vision. And there's about 4 or 5 different videos there with worksheets. Every one of these is practical, and it's going to be released 1 module a week. So everybody works through it. What I found in the past, I've just sold a package and they've got a clunk of about 180 videos, and they're all over the place. This one has got to be a system. So you start with that. The second one is research and testing, then planning your online course. The fourth one is all about how you design your online course, and then how you create it, the videos. Then there's all the different platforms. There's about 10 different platforms out there. I use Kajabi. I absolutely love it. It's expensive, but it does the job. And then the 2 most important things ever in all of this is your sales and marketing funnels. Then we talk about the other revenue streams: affiliate marketing, drop shipping, upselling, cross-selling. In fact, marketing through LinkedIn is a huge one. I'm going to turn that into a separate course. And marketing through webinars, I'm going to turn into a separate course as well. And then promotion. So that's going to be everything on the course when it's released at the 1st of next month. Let me just take you into the back of Kajabi and show you some of the courses that I do have here. So if we go in here. So now, as a speaker, I've always marketed myself as Frank Furness, and everything has been around Frank Furness. There is no more speaking. There is no more Frank Furness for the foreseeable future. So I have a whole separate website and a whole separate marketing system here, productivitycenter.com. And anyone that's a speaker, think about, you've got to set up almost a separate business to your speaking business. You could do a little add-on to your website, but for me, you need a whole new marketing strategy. So this is the website here. It's all made on Kajabi. You can see the different courses. I've got 9 different courses. I'm busy with my 10th one at the moment. There are the different courses. And I do a thing called chunking as well. That was my very first course. and that was for marketing managers. And it is huge. It is everything on social media. It cost $1,000. And then I thought about it. I do a lot of work with health and fitness clubs. So all I did was I copied it, I cloned it, changed a few of the videos, targeted at, instead of saying if you're a businessman, I'll say if you're an owner of a health and fitness club, and then started, well, I'm going to start marketing that pretty soon to health and fitness clubs. But within that, there was so much. I had a huge section on LinkedIn. I had a huge section on video. So I thought, why not separate these? I took the whole section on LinkedIn and I made a new program. I basically cut and pasted into a new program. And that's, many of you have got that program, LinkedIn for Business. I then took the whole section on video, created another product from that one. That one sells for $297. When we had the pandemic starting, I had a client from New York that said, put together a course on working from home. So I took sections from that and video marketing, added a new section, and that became a new product as well. And then I thought there's another whole section on article marketing and blogging, and I made a separate product. So you can see I've got so many products, but I've just chunked bits and pieces from there. That's my new one that'll come out, How to Make Money While You Sleep. But while making it, I've realized that there's 2 other products in there, how to market using webinars and how to sell using LinkedIn. So there's some ideas there just to start with. I'm just going to stop the share, see if there's any questions at the moment. Let's see there. No questions at the moment. We're all good. Okay, fantastic. Let's get back here again.
I've got a question, Frank.
Okay, let's just go. Yeah, let me just stop the share.
There's so many things there. It's like, where the heck does one start?
Absolutely.
What's the best place to start?
Well, that's why I've put the whole course together, Kathy, where you take it from point A to right at the finish. If you try and do it yourself, I've made every mistake. I've spent hours and hours screwing up everything, especially learning Kajabi. And that's why I've created this whole program where you start with one, the next week you do something else again. And I'll take you through some of those today, from starting point, some of the things you've got to look at. So I'm going to cover those for you now, Kathy.
So this is the #1 place to start rather than any of the other courses that you're doing?
Yeah, if you buy any courses from me, this is the one to buy.
Right, okay.
There we go, right. Let's go back into it here again. And so there it is. That's the blueprint. That's almost the vision to use there, Kathy, that you've got to do. If you just use that kind of model over there, that's going to work for you. Everything I do is systemized. Let's take a look at the earning potential of online courses. This is a guy called Grant Cardone, who's most probably the king of courses out there. He's age 61. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can start these things. If you're an old fellow like me, you can start doing these courses. If you're a youngster like Jazz Singh, yeah, look at Clive Evans there going like, really old people like Clive can even start doing this, even though he's got more money than he can ever use. But take a look at Grant Cardone over here, net worth, $300 million. Udemy. When I first started out, I started using Udemy. I hated it because they discounted every course. I put a course up there for $99. They discounted to $9.99. I hated it, but now I'm considering it again because take a look here at their top instructors. There's a guy called Rob Percival, basically a degree in mathematics, started out as a teacher and then started doing courses. He now has 1.7 million students and he's made 2.8 million selling courses. Victor Bastos, 900,000. Over here, 650,000. So the earning potential is massive. This is Kajabi, and again, I recommend everybody use Kajabi. It is the best system on the planet. But take a look here, some of the people over here. There's one guy on memorization tricks. Have we got Mr. Michael Tipper with us today? Michael, you are the world memory champion. Have you made 150,000 from your online course? This guy is your competition. Where's Mr. T? He's shaking no. You got to be up there, Michael. 150 grand he's made, and you were the world champion. And here's one here for Brian Abbott. Brian, this is what you should be doing. Brian is one of the best wildlife photographers in the world. But here's a person making a living. They've made an absolute fortune on taking photos of their pets. I mean, how crazy is this? It doesn't have to be business. It could be hobbies, sports, whatever you want over there. And when you think about it, why create an online course? You're really exchanging time for money. You've got an asset that you can sell time and time again, and you're not limited by time. For me, this is the reason I create all of this, is I like to take 3 or 4 months off. This was me in Spain 2 weeks ago. I was at my place there, played paddle for 3 hours every day, then went to the beach in the evening, single malts and Cuban cigars. That's the lifestyle I want now. But I still got to pay for my 3 homes. I've got to pay for my 4 cars. So that's why I have the online courses. That's why I keep creating them. As soon as this one launches on the 1st of October, I'm busy with my next one, which is going to be with Freddie Ravel, which I'll speak to you about later on. One of the first things you've got to think about, what is your niche? Or as the Americans say, what is your niche? You know, I mean, you don't say son of a biche, do you? Son of a niche. So what is your niche? What is your ideal client? And on the course, I've actually spent so much time drilling down into this because I have a lot of niches. I have sales managers. I speak to CEOs around the world. You saw my one course is all for marketing managers. And then, of course, my biggest one at the moment is for financial advisors. I've got health and fitness. And then this one is sort of aimed at speakers, coaches, and consultants, just sort of broadly. But what is your niche? You've really got to find out who your target market is. And then you've got to find out what their biggest challenge is, how you can provide the solution, and how you're going to help them to get from one point to the next. Here's a fella. In fact, let me take you in and show you this fella. He's a great friend of mine, Henrik Blatt, good South African boy who left South Africa when he finished school.
It was his birthday yesterday, Frank. You didn't send him a card.
I sent him a personalized message on WhatsApp and others as well. Clive, yes,
another kid. He's only 50.
Well, you know me, I sing happy birthday to anyone. Clive's such a troublemaker. That's why I love these programs. But anyway, Henrik, in Hong Kong, I met him and we became really good friends. He was then just a broker consultant, went on to start a great business. I think he sold it for about 22 million. And his niche now is fund managers. How do you like that visual over there? That's brilliant. That was made in Canva. To make a visual like that costs about $5, but the effect it has is amazing. But look at what he's selling his courses for. We go in, his courses start at 2,700, 8,800, 18,000. But his top of the range course over there is $38,000 a year. Not one off, a year. And there's a waiting list for that. So again, many people sell their courses way too cheap. You've got to think about your value and sell your courses at that price. So Henrik, a great friend of mine, has done brilliantly. The next thing you've got to do is find a name for your course. And again, there's a couple of places you can go to find the name. Let's just go in here. Here's just a few of the resources. On my course, I've got about 9 resources and I'll show some examples. But yeah, business name generator. So if you just put in that, like leadership for students and go generate, it'll come up with all kinds of ideas over here. There's another one you can use there called the HOTH, T-H-E-H-O-T-H. And this one's pretty good because it asks you for keywords, outcomes, problems, the name of your industry, your target audience, and it just generates brilliant ideas for the name of your course. Because the name of your course has got to be catchy, and you've got to be able to get a domain name for it as well. There's another one called Namesh, N-A-M-E-S-H, and again, you can put in leadership for students.
Frank, I can give you one as well if you want. There's one called Name Links, like N-A-M-E-L-I-X. It's based out in America. It's really clever because it throws logos in as well. But
N-A-M-E-L-I-X.
Yeah, name links. I'll put it in the chat as well.
Okay, brilliant. Oh, that's great. Oh, there we go. Name generator. So there's about 10 or 12 of these. Please get your name. And the next thing you have to do is go and buy that domain. Now, again, I own the domain, How to Make Money While You Sleep, but it's way too long. So I've got a smaller one, Product Profit System, because that's what this is all about. Bought the domain straight away. I have a booking system. If people want to book appointments with me, I just got a domain called Book Frank. People click onto that and it takes them straight into Calendly. So just make it easy for people to buy from you. The third module is all about planning your course. And again, you can see these are just some of the lessons over there, but there's a lot of ways of planning your course. The way that I do it is, and again, I'm still a pretty old-fashioned guy. I just start out by writing tons and tons of stuff here. You can see that's where I started writing my course. I know Michael or Brian would be using a whiteboard. Once I've done that, I actually go and for every lesson, not every module, every lesson, I make a PowerPoint that I can be using. So there, if we just look at the vision, that'll open up the PowerPoint.
You're not sharing, Frank.
Ah, there we go, you see.
Can you go back to the planning, please?
Go back to the
Planning.
planning, yes. You see, that's why you've got to shout at me. Let's go back to the planning. There we go. So let's go back to the planning here. And I'm just going to do that there. So planning over there, learning objectives, creating modules, creating lessons. I always speak about edutainment. Now it's got to have education and entertainment. And again, some of us are going to use wide maps, whiteboards. Some are going to be using writing. That's what I use. That's my starting point where I just start jotting everything down. I'm busy using this with Pretty Ravel at the moment as well. But then what I do is I go in and I create a PowerPoint for every lesson. Now remember, there's 13 modules. Each of those have about 4 lessons. So that's what the vision one would look like. I'd go through that there. The next thing I do is I start creating folders for each of the lessons over here. And then as soon as I start recording them, so over here, research and testing, you can see there's 4 videos, and each of those are going to have their own worksheets that's going to go with it there. So reviewing your strengths, what skills do you have? So you have a worksheet for every video that you've got as well. If we go back here again, so let's take a look at marketing through LinkedIn. There you can see there's 5 videos I've got there. I'm still busy on the worksheets for that one. That's why it's going to be launched on the 1st of September. Still busy working on that one there. Marketing through webinars, massive over here. That's already got 5 videos over there. I'll be producing the worksheets. So that's how I use my planning. Now, again, everyone else is different. Some people love to start with mind maps, with the whiteboard. You've just got to use what works for you. So it is there. I've shown you that there. And then again, now we start the filming. Now, again, for me, it's great. I've had my place in Orlando 10 years. You can film with your iPhone. The iPhone 11 is absolutely awesome to film with. The problem is the sound is not that great. And I'm doing a whole series on single malt tasting now, and I've created a whole following. I might even create a cheap course for Udemy on how to enjoy single malts. But that's me in my green screen studio. So I've converted my garage into a green screen studio, and that's where I do just about 90% of my filming. The challenges come now. I'm sitting in London. I don't have the green screen studio. I'm basically sitting in a bedroom that's my converted office, and I still have to create courses. And it's the same for every one of us out there. So how do you start filming from home? Well, I'm going to show you 2 ways. Someone's just laughing at my legs there. Yeah, Mr. Cotton, don't laugh at those legs. So 2 ways I use it. One, my favorite program on the planet. And I say to everybody, get this over here. It's called Camtasia. So I would be filming using Camtasia. And what I love about it, it's so easy. So that's my raw film sitting in my office. In fact, let me take you into what my office looks like here. Many of you have seen it. So let's just pull this up here. So this is what I'm creating my courses with at the moment. I have some lights there. I have a cowboy hat. I always give a prize out at one of the webinars. I have another light. You have to have good lighting. That is my microphone, £1,000 Rode microphone. You don't have to spend that much, but get a great microphone. That's my mixer there. What you will also see there is you can also record on your iPhone using a little piece of software called EPOCAM, E-P-O-C-A-M. In fact, let me just swap views. Now you can see me holding my Logitech and looking at my iPhone. Let's see if we swap that. EPOCAM now takes over, and EPOCAM is looking at my Logitech. So you can see how well that works as well. Let's just change this back again. There we go. Let's put it back. And of course, we know we've got the visual backgrounds. You've all seen the backgrounds that I use. And we all know this is what it really looks like where I'm sitting creating these courses. So let's just go here. That's me with my green screen behind me. Reverse. That's me. My chair has got wings. My chair's got wings. So that's how I'm creating all of my courses sitting in the office. Yeah. And you can buy that on Amazon. So then I just go back in again. Kathy's laughing at me. Yeah. And again, when you're creating courses, get a good background. I've got all kinds of great backgrounds, but I'm not going to create a course with something stupid like that. People know I'm not sitting on the beach creating a course. So just get a good, decent background, put it in behind you. And now I make them in two ways. I either film using Camtasia or I film using Zoom. What we're using right now, I just go and set up a Zoom and film myself with nobody watching. But let me take you back into Camtasia, why I always recommend this here.
Frank, sorry, can I ask a question about Zoom?
Sure.
Do you find it records in high enough quality?
Not at this stage, unless you've got the iPhone 11. If you've got the iPhone 11 and great lighting, it works. If you're trying to use just a normal Logitech and you haven't got the right kind of lighting, you're going to get that hazy effect that's coming in and out. If you move, it goes a bit green. So Maria, yeah, if you've got the right equipment, it works.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the resolution isn't as high as it used to be because they've downgraded that, haven't they?
I know, yeah. And that's why I'm using Camtasia more and more now. So okay. Camtasia is great.
5.2.
So what was that, Tony?
5.2 has just come out, and that's got high definition and a few other things in it.
Yeah, that's just come out, I think, 2 days ago, hasn't it?
I've got 5.2. I didn't realize it had high definition. Thank you.
Yeah, and please, I'm just waiting now for a month until the iPhone 12 comes out because it has 3 cameras. It is absolutely awesome. I think Mac's with us today, and Mac uses the iPhone 11. It's just unbelievable. And
Maria, just feedback to you, you're coming across really clear and sharp through Zoom now with whatever camera setup you've got, so it looks really good.
Thank you. I'm using a Logitech webcam and I'm using a Yeti.
Yeah, the Blue Yeti is brilliant. So again, equipment, I spend a lot of time covering the equipment. If you're going to create a course, it's got a crappy sound, it's got crappy lighting, it's just not going to happen because people will look at it, they say it's not professional, I want a refund. So if we go back into Camtasia, here's one that I just formed the other day. And I just want to show you how easily it works here. So I filmed this, didn't have the best lighting that day, but what I can do is I can just grab it in the corner, make it a bit bigger. You can see there's a bit of overlap. So you can just come in, you can crop that down. But the effect that I'm using now, which is brilliant, and why I almost teach Camtasia on the course, is I can now go into a thing called visual effects, and it just says remove a color. I drop it in there. And I just want to move all of the people out of the way. So Let's just move that over here. So remove a color, and I'm just going to go and take an eyedropper here. This is what happens when you film in film. Watch here, I'm going to click on that, click an eyedropper, click anywhere over here, and then I can just fix up the tolerance over there. And now watch what happens. In this lesson, we're going to speak about drop shipping as another way. The one lesson I learned there is don't have the same color shirt as your background over there. You don't stand out much. So again, I'm learning all the time, but you can see there how easy it is to use. I love this program. Awesome, awesome program, Camtasia. So there's about 3 or 4 different ways you can be filming. Then we come to putting the whole course together. And over here, there's some of the things I share here that we've just seen in Camtasia. And then you've got your different platforms. In that module,
you're going too fast. Sorry, Frank. I would like to write down that's the one. Can you hold on a second?
Okay. I just get so excited, man. Whoa. But again, here's the thing. If you buy the course when it comes out, you won't need to write down all of these things. You'll just open it up and you've got it in front of you. In fact, if I was you now, I'd be reaching out and saying, I want your pre-launch special. Just having fun. Okay, so we all got that?
Okay, thank you.
Now there's different platforms. In fact, let me show you some of the platforms here. So there's many, many platforms out there. There's one called Teachable. Many of my Australian and New Zealand friends use Teachable. Udemy, of course. And again, if you're going to sell a low price product or be discounted, Udemy is great.
Thank you, yes.
But what I'm doing now is I'm going to take way cut down versions of mine. And I've just seen a great strategy that I'm going to be using. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to price it at 99 and then discount it to about 29. And I'm going to give away the first 1,000 for free. That way I'm going to get lots of testimonials, create a following. One of my friends up north has just done that. And some of you may know him, David. He does a thing on Rhino. And I said to him, I don't like Udemy. He said to me, I've got 33,000 students. Imagine if they pay you $10, that's 330 grand. So sometimes don't knock it. There's LearnDash as well, another platform. There's Thinkific. And then, of course, the one on my course that I recommend everybody buys is Kajabi. I mean, if you're serious about making courses, you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to invest in the software. This is just like the best software on the planet because it does absolutely everything. I mean, if we just go into the back office here, let's just take a look at some of the sales pages I've created here for my courses. It's so easy. It's template driven. It's great. My products, here's all of my products. I use it for all of my products. I use it for my marketing. It has email drip system over here, creating pipelines. Everything you've done, the automated emails that you've got is all done over here. It's got a whole CRM system built into it. All of the people that have bought my products, so I can market to them. So for me, it is just the best on the planet. And I'd recommend everybody take it. It's not cheap, but again, it's just how serious are you about making product.
Frank, I discovered the Kajabi app recently where if you download it onto your iPhone, put your email address in, it'll then suck in all the courses you've got from any Kajabi platform, yours, other people as well. I found that really useful.
I mean, they just on another planet on what they're doing. Thanks for that, Michael. They are just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So I speak about how to use Kajabi. I actually show them how to use it, upload, speak about creating workbooks. So that's module 6 is all about finding the right kind of platform. So you can see here, everything is systemized in what I'm doing. Then here's the big one, your sales funnel. And this one I spend so much time on because once you've created your course, you've got to sell it. some of the things about creating sales pages, creating awareness and interest, how people make decisions to buy, psychological strategies. So you can see it's not just, I'm going to go make a course and make money while I sleep. It's a serious, serious thing. If you want to get into making serious money, how do
Frank,
you?
it's
Yes.
Dan. Hey, really interesting so far. Really, really interesting. In your modules, do you set out and think about the amount of time your participants are going to be spending per module?
Absolutely. So
what's the average you're aiming at? Like an hour and a half, 2 hours on the module, and then the worksheet? Or where are you kind of level pitching it at the moment?
So Dan, this was my biggest mistake that I made before, where I just gave them the whole course.
Sure.
With this one, what I'm doing now is I've created, it's got 13 modules. Each of them should have about 5 lessons. So you do 1 lesson a day, and that's going to be anything between 6 and 15 minutes for that lesson. And then you're going to have an action plan after that. As you start getting deeper into it, the most I think one of them has got is about 10 lessons. So there, I want you to start getting serious about that. But most of them are about 6 minutes. That's what you can take in, and then you do your action.
And how much would you charge for your 13 modules?
I'm going to come to that, Sue. I'm just getting you excited about that now. When we get to the end, woohoo! And do I have a pre-launch special? Maybe. So let's get right back to all of this exciting stuff here. In fact, let me show you what a sales page looks like. So there we go. And again, anyone just take photos as we're going along here. Otherwise, buy the course. We use those subtle little things. Okay, let's take a look here at sales pages. Let's find them here. Okay, so this is a typical sales page here. This one is for a webinar, and this is going to be my next course. Most of you, or some of you have been, anyone here have been on the course that I did with Freddie Ravel? There we go. How was it, Kathy? Was it awesome?
Brilliant.
Isn't it the best webinar you have ever been on? I mean,
no, this one is.
Freddie is one of my best friends, and he was a keyboard player for Earth, Wind and Fire. He was a keyboard player for Santana, worked with Al Jarreau. He's worked with people like Madonna, Prince. So, I mean, he's one of the greatest guys on the planet. We did a webinar together to get a feel for it, and we're now putting a course together called Life in Tune with Social Media. For 2 months, we've been speaking for 2 hours a week just on the planning. He is the most incredible perfectionist I've ever come across, but he owns a multi-million-dollar house in Hollywood. So this is what a sales page looks like. That visual, I had to work so hard to get that visual until Freddie was ready to say, okay, that's good. What people are going to learn, the first thing you've got to put into your sales page is, what are people going to learn from this? I got a quote from Jack Welch, and I put that in there, and Freddie came back. He said, oh, you're out of your mind. That's a quote from some old dead guy. You've got to be modern. Get something modern. So I got that from Jack Ma. Jack Ma is a now, he's a today kind of guy. We then come in, and this is our promo. I always put in videos for promo. This is actually Freddie playing here with Santana. Freddie there.
That is the second best selling song of all time.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine working with Santana? Then we go on.
We're going to be able to navigate life, talk about melody.
So take a look at Freddie. There he is in one of his 2 studios. That's a $250,000 grand piano there. And he's talking about what people are going to get from the course.
Harmony and rhythm, and help, people who work with us, people who jump on these webinars. We're going to be able to use this as our navigational tool, which is really rare. It's a really special.
So you can see there, we're doing the sales pitch. There we go in, that's your bookings form there. And then a little bit about Meet Freddie. So meet Freddie Ravel, meet me, people that don't know me. And then again, watching Freddie in action, just some more here again.
So much more we can be doing with music.
That's Freddie there with Earth, Wind and Fire. The musical director.
Very talented Mr. Freddie Ravel.
So again, all of you are going to have to buy this course. It's going to be awesome. But then what I also put into the sales page is, because I have people from all over the world, I have a time zoner, because I have so many people say, well, what time is it if I'm in Malaysia? Just check your time zone. Same thing over here. My webinar sales page. So they all follow that kind of format over there. This is my sales page for my financial services product here. You can see the same kind of thing. And probably you can spend 1 week just on getting the sales page. I spent thousands just on learning about how to do sales pages. Just on my financial services one, what you can also think about is through a couple of great contacts. I think we've got Tim on here, Clive, quite a few people that have referred me. I'm actually now working with a company in Asia that are thinking of buying a couple of thousand at about $29 a month. I'm doing the same thing in South America. And with that product, I'm going to big companies like I did with my big financial services product. Instead of selling one-offs, what I want is a licensing where every year they pay me a certain amount. So I want you to think about using that as well, where you can go to the big corporates and they'll buy 100, 500 of your course, and each year or each month, just keep paying you something.
Frank, is that covered in your course about the strategies for contacting and negotiating and licensing arrangements?
No, would you like it to? I can add it in.
Yes, please.
Okay, if you buy the course, I'll add it in. Let me just make a note of that there.
Because I think that's quite intimidating for some people. We can go and sell ourselves as a speaker, but to go and talk to a corporate, there's the intimidation. Who do you speak to? What are the issues? What are the copyrights? How do you manage it? There's all sorts of questions there because as you've seen, it's a great opportunity for what you've shown, but to actually set that up would be great. But how would we do that?
Okay, brilliant. I'll do that. By the way, how are we all doing for time? I'm going to be overrunning here because I've got so much content. We all doing well? Okay, fantastic. That's great. Get as much as we can out of this. So that's your sales page. We go back here again.
Frank, I have a different question, if I may.
Sure.
What is the gap between one? Oh.
Yeah, can you see me?
No, you've disappeared.
I've just stopped. Click your little blue camera thing at the bottom. We can see you.
I can see a little square.
If you see a little square, click into the top right-hand corner. It's going to expand it. You've most probably just made it small.
I didn't touch anything.
What was the question, Sue?
What gap between modules?
Weekly. They come out every 7 days. A new module comes out.
Every week, right?
Every week, yeah.
Okay.
Are you back again there?
Oh.
You've just minimized it. Just click on one of the little things there. It's going to expand it and make it big again. So that's the sales funnel. Oh, this is another good thing that I use in my sales funnel, which is video testimonials. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes.
Oh.
You're back again?
Yes, I'm back.
Ah, great. And then I've just shown you some of the things in the marketing funnel, things that you need to learn is lead magnets. Now, lead magnets could be like Facebook advertising. In fact, I'll show you one in a minute or so. Email marketing. I have a huge email marketing list. How to use social media. Basically, this is my model that I'm using now that works so well for me. Where I want to get people to my product sale page over here is the way I'm doing it through is what I'm doing right now, webinars where I give away brilliant content. I don't hold back on anything. How I drive people to the webinars, firstly is my email list. I haven't even done that yet. I'll be doing that in about a week or so. There's 8,500 people. Today's a real experiment for me because it's all pre-launch. My LinkedIn posts, I'm going to show you in a second, which just work. In fact, there are a few of us here in a LinkedIn hub, which is just awesome. It is working so well for us. LinkedIn events. And I use a little thing called Meet Alfred, which again, I always say to people, you've got to invest in yourself. If you're going to do this seriously, you've got to spend some money. So let's take a look at what I'm saying over here. Let's find Meet Alfred. So this is a piece of software I bought called Meet Alfred, which ties in with all of my first connections. But as Dan knows, a LinkedIn specialist, Don't use this if you don't know what you're doing, because you could get your LinkedIn banned. I've got 29,000 people following me. So every day I can send out a message to 100 people. In fact, some of you today would have got the message I sent out from Meet Alfred. The other thing I use is LinkedIn. We go over to LinkedIn here. So this here is just, this is a post I put up a few days ago, and just the visual attracts a lot of attention. What a great visual. And that one was, can you sell your expertise online? So every day in our hub, what we do is we all make a post. We've got to make a great post before 7:30, 8 o'clock every day. But if you take a look at this here, what I was doing, I was driving people to sign up for today, but there was 10,000 views. I mean, where else are you going to get free marketing like LinkedIn? 10,000 views, 56 comments. I do this every day. I'm putting up stuff, and my LinkedIn strategy is just drive them to the webinar. Finished, nothing else. Drives them to the webinar. Webinar drives them to the product sale. Some of the other things that are coming in soon are going to be LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, Twitter, Meet Alfred, LinkedIn groups, and some other lead magnets that I'm going to be using. Let's go over to the next module now. You can see how much stuff there is here. That's why it's just... Now, affiliate marketing, we have some people leaving us. Oh dear, they don't know that I might be giving away a free course today. So affiliate marketing, your earning potential with affiliate marketing, I'll show that to you now. ClickBank, I'll show you now. JV Zoo, video reviews. In fact, let me go and show you. Affiliate marketing is where you sell somebody else's product and you make a commission, or they sell your product and you both make a win out of it. If we go and take a look here at, let's have a look at some affiliate marketing places we can go. I've got so many tabs opening up. I think my thing's just having a heart attack here. Let's just find ClickBank. There we go. ClickBank is one. So ClickBank is the world's biggest marketplace of selling ebooks and digital software. It costs you nothing to register. Let's say you speak on leadership or teamwork. You can go and find books out there and you can get the link for them. I always say to people, buy the product yourself first. Make sure that you're happy to sell it to your customers. Make sure there's a great sales page. And then you can go and you can sell the product. So you've got ClickBank. And what I normally do, I've even got my own digital products that I sell. And the way I do it is through product reviews. So again, if you've got something on ClickBank or if you've got one of your own products, get someone else to go and do a review. This is a piece of software I had developed on creating headlines. And I do a review and I put it on YouTube. There's 54,000 views. This, I think it sells for $29. Do you think I've made some money from this? Absolutely. With 54,000 views, people over there, you know, it's amazing. What can you get? Great software. Thanks, you rock. I love your videos. Like your comment. Buy a wife. I'll make a separate one. That one's only had 1,000 views, but straight away, there we go. This is a great tool. Where can you find it? Do you think I'm going to respond and give them the link? Absolutely. Affiliate marketing is awesome. And another way you can do affiliate marketing is through Amazon. Is anyone an Amazon affiliate?
Yes.
Okay, great. Please go and take a look at Amazon affiliate marketing where you can sell products, but I'm going to show you how I use this. So I'm an Amazon affiliate, and again, using Kajabi, I've put together a 143-page book on video, all of the equipment you need to buy. So there's a little video there. Somebody comes in here and they say, yeah, I want this free ebook. And they'll just go, they'll sign up for it. Please send me the free ebook there. Now I've captured their email address as well. That's a great thing. And it takes them into a free 143-page ebook. This is also a lead magnet. In this year, I have hundreds of products that I am recommending to people. Take a look at this here. So cameras, let's just go down. So there's a camera for $580. You want to buy it, there's the link. Guess what? That's my Amazon link. If they buy it, I've made a few bucks. Another camera suggestion, a whole setup here. There's my suggestion. They click into that, and as they buy, your account just starts going up. So affiliate marketing is amazing. Another great way of making money while you sleep. In fact, if we look at some of the world's top affiliate marketers, this is a little guy called Ryan. He's a YouTube star, and he does a thing called unboxing. So people send him the stuff, he unboxes it, plays with the toys, and he makes a commission on sales. Last year, this 9-year-old made $26 million. This is a guy over here who reviews audio equipment. He made about $5 million last year reviewing stuff. That's my own product over there. We've looked at LinkedIn. And again, we've got a few people leaving us now. So any questions at this stage? How's your pen? No questions?
Actually, a quick one. I think you probably covered this, and I'm sorry. Are your products on ClickBank?
Yes, my digital one.
Yes, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's on ClickBank there. So they're more for ebooks and digital products.
Yeah.
Not courses, yeah. Webinars is the best place on the planet. So in that module, I just cover my whole marketing blueprint. And Michael Tippett knows this one already. I have a whole system of driving people. I'll show it to you in a second there. I've shown you already the landing page, speak about conversions. And this is my retention hook. And I speak about my retention hook. This is it. Everybody that comes onto a webinar, their names go into the hat. And I normally give away one free prize. If you stay till the end, if you leave before, you snooze, you lose, you're not going to win a prize. And I normally have about 90% of the people staying so that they can win something. So I speak about how you create a retention hook. This is my strategy. It's pretty complicated. You would need about a half an hour just to process this, but basically, this is what I do every time I do a webinar. The first thing is you have a landing page. You've just seen my landing page with Freddie there. So they sign up for the webinar. The second thing, as soon as they sign up, it sends them to a thank you page, which has the Zoom details in that they're going to click. At the same time as they click on that, it takes them into a form that automatically sends an email saying, "Okay, thanks for registering." And it gives them a tag. And it says they've come to the financial services webinar. They've come to the LinkedIn webinar. Now, I can put them into categories. And all of this happens in Kajabi. And that's why I say to everybody, just use Kajabi, because I can show you exactly how the system works. And then I have an email sequence for every webinar. A reminder goes out a week before, a day before, and an hour before, which you should have all received. Now, again, this afternoon, I have another webinar, and I have another email sequence immediately after that, reminding people of where they can go and download or what they can buy. So everything is systemized. So really, again, we're coming towards the end of it because we've covered a lot and we're going to have questions. Again, that's your strategy. The first thing is your vision. Why are you creating an online course? What is the reason to do it there? You've got to go and research. You've got to test. You've got to plan it all. You've got to design the course. You've got to create it. Decide what platform you want to go onto. You've got to learn about sales and marketing funnels. You might want to use affiliate marketing, upselling and cross-selling. You can cross-sell your coaching services, your consulting services. You can give away free things on that there. marketing through LinkedIn, marketing through webinars, and promotion. So that's the whole system. And you can see why I've been working 16 hours a day, and it's only going to launch next month. So now, before we go into any questions, going into withdrawal, I'm a sales guy, and if I don't try and sell something, I go into withdrawal. So let me try and sell something. Jason's laughing at me there, because those that have been on the webinars before know this is a part I love best. So let me show you what I'm doing with this here. I've actually decided with this, and I've learned this from some of my friends, and this is what you've got to do as well. Before, I used to just have one package. I'm creating 3 packages now: a silver, a gold, and a platinum. Now, when you're creating your courses, think about doing this as well. Most of the time, people are going to go for the middle course. So with mine there, this has got 13 modules released weekly. It's got 68 videos, personalized worksheets. But here's the kicker. I'm throwing in $1,000 or £1,000 worth of resources. So those are all video resources that if you haven't bought my products before, you'll get with this. And that's going to be lower thirds, TV studios, copyright-free music. And this is going to be launched the 1st of September. That's my silver package for £497. And I thought I'd have a little pre-launch special today. So I love doing these pre-launch special for the silver package. If you buy before, and again, once 1st of September, this is taken off, I've already done that. But if you buy now, you just get all of that for £297. If you use the coupon code pre-launch special, or I'll put it into the chat box in a few minutes as well. So that's the silver package. Now you've got to think about the next kind of package you can offer as well. So my next package goes up quite a bit. That goes in, so you can see there the opportunity. My next one goes to my gold package, where they get all of that as well. Plus they go on twice monthly group webinars with all of the people. So this is brainstorming all the time, 24 hours email access, Facebook group. So this is really the self-help with the rest of the group over there. And a lot of the time what I'm doing now is an evaluation call with people to see if this suits them on Book Frank. And that one is going for, I think, 1,997. And then my platinum package over here includes all of that over there. Plus for 13 weeks, I'm going to do a 1-hour coaching consulting, basically talking you through the whole course, helping you to get there. But again, it's going to be my time preparing, spending time with you. And that one's going to sell for £4,995. So again, I mean, I can make that in 1 hour in a job speaking. So this is taking up a huge amount of my time. And this is really my thoughts on it. Yeah, on the first one for $497 or $297 if you buy it today, I teach you to fish. The second one, I coach you to fish. And the third one for $5,000, I'm out there fishing with you. So I'm going to put all of that there. You can see the specials over here, the silver package. I'm going to leave that up for a while, but I'm just going to now start taking some questions, and I want to put something into the share column as well. This is another thing that I've learned over here is before the webinar, I write out all of the specials, and this is something you should do as well. You come back to your chat box. Let's just go to the chat box here, and I paste it in. So I copy and paste. And let's just make it to everybody. Can you all see that? Can you all see that in the chat column? Even if you're not sure, just give me a call after this or email me, frank@frankfurness.com. But basically, you can click into all of those there so you can see the silver package. If you buy it today, it's going to be $297. From next month, no more discounting, because for me, this is a premium course over there. The gold package, instead of $1,997, it's $1,497. And the platinum, instead of $4,997, $3,747. What I'm also doing today, I will never be doing from September, because I will sell the silver package, but for the gold and platinum package, I'm going to tell people to book an evaluation call with me, because I've got to sit for something at a price that high. I've got to spend about an hour speaking to them, finding out what they want, finding out if they're actually prepared to spend money buying Camtasia, buying Kajabi, buying the other things. I want to find out if they've got enough time. Otherwise, they're going to say, oh, your course doesn't work. Well, if they're not putting in the time, of course, it's not going to work. If they're not putting in the money. So from next month, the gold and the platinum, I'll just say to people, if you want to speak about that, book a call with me. And they just click on bookfrank.com and we'll have a chat. And then, of course, I can sell them. If I'm talking to somebody on Zoom, I can go through all of the benefits, something I can't do right now. So now we come to question time. And when we're finished, I'm going to leave the other sales page up so you can, in fact, everybody just get your phones out so I can put this, take a picture of this page over here. This page here. Take a picture of that page. And then I'm going to take you onto another page. I can see if you don't have your phones out, you've got to take a picture of that. There we go. And then take a picture of this one here. Yeah. There we go. So those are all just the coupon codes as well there. Right, so we've gone about 10 minutes over, but I'm going to open it for questions now. Anything you want to know on creating courses, making money, what is it going to cost, how much time, any. Sue, I can see you already going in to buy the pre-launch course, aren't you?
Hey Frank, a great session, learned a lot there. Kajabi, I played around with a bit. How long did it take you to learn it, essentially? Because I know there's a level of technical skills, but I've talked to other people. I was just wondering your input on that, like how long it took you to kind of master it.
Okay, there is quite a big learning curve on that one. I say to everyone, and again, I say when on the course, I tell people to buy it on my affiliate link because I'm going to make some money. I'm an affiliate for that. But I say to them, go and watch the videos to learn it in detail. On my course, I'm going to be showing you the things you need to know, just the basic things you need to know. I don't want to be an expert on it. I need to know how to make a landing page, how to create a form, how to do all of that there. So that's on the course.
So in terms of time, you need to spend what, a good 10, 20 hours just getting your head around it? Or
20 hours at least.
More than that, Daniel, I would say.
Yeah, 20 hours at least.
It's great, but it's not very intuitive.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a big learning curve for that one.
Yeah, I'm happy to invest time in where it counts. Yeah, everyone's been talking about Kajabi, and it's the platform where people are flocking to, but you've got to think about the time commitment you're putting into this alongside the other programs and software you're using. But thanks, Frank. That's really useful.
Dan, you need to hang out for some time with somebody that's doing this, that's done it, because otherwise you bang your head against the wall forever. It's hard.
I have heard the support system's very good, though. The 24-hour support.
Yeah, you saw my friend early on that's got the course for 38,000. Him and I and Clive, basically, we get together and we share ideas, and as soon as we find something new. So again, that's why I would go for my gold package where we've got the support group sharing ideas.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not intuitive. It's brilliant, but it's not very intuitive.
No, for me, it's just the best thing out there. And again, I'm impatient. I just want to learn things quickly, but I've had to slow down and actually learn how it works. But it's paid for itself 100 times over. Any other questions from anyone? Brian?
Just a quick one. From conception of course to end of product, timeline. I also know that it depends on the complexity of the course, but as a general, what do you say or suggest? How many days, weeks, months?
Well, on my whole program, after 13 weeks, your course is launched. So that's why I put it together, 13 weeks, and you've launched your course.
A quarter of a year.
Yeah. And again, if you're going to do this, you've got to do it seriously. If you want to make serious money, you saw their Grant Cardone, 300 million, just brilliant. Any other questions?
Yeah, Frank, it's Gavin.
Hey, Gav.
Just down here, obviously it's the price sensitive not only just for your courses, for us to price them. Because I mean, down here, as you know, I mean, I don't know what the pound-rand exchange rate is now. It's probably a 1,000 to 1 or something. So when you do, don't laugh. So when we when someone turns around and say, even as we price things, we turn around and say we're going to price things at, and we even try and use US dollars. You try and say it's $250 or $1,000 or something. We know that any of the South African guys, you multiply that by I think 15 or 16, and I mean, if you want to even look at the McDonald's dollar, it kills us to try and get anything international. So do we have two different prices? Do I price for international thing and use certain platforms, or is there a separate thing for South Africans? Because it really is. I mean, I've known you for years and love you to bits, but when you put up a price of it's this is going to be £5,000. I've got to sell my house, my kids, and a kidney. And I'm sorry that courses are not that important to me to do that. So obviously there's scales, and I understand that the Australian dollar and the American dollar and the pound and the euro, maybe there's a parity, they're similar, but when you're looking at anything in Africa or that type of thing, the pricing, I wouldn't even know how to go about the pricing.
Okay, so a couple of things there for my South African friends. Me being a South African, just give me a call afterwards. Let's see what we can do for you. But in creating your courses, Gavin,
I have become South African.
You've got so much money, you don't know what to do with it. You wipe your buttocks with your dollar bills every night club.
I am South African. I am South African now.
So, Gav, what I would do if I was you, and I mean, you've got brilliant information that you've got there. I would aim at the international market, and I would even have two platforms, one for South Africans, and even run your webinars separately for your international and for your South African. But where you're going to be making the big money, where it's going to benefit you, is where you're getting 20, 25 to 1 on the courses that you're selling. Because the one thing I've discovered selling courses as well is different countries. Here's just a little extra thing on the courses. The cheaper the courses are, the less I sell. How weird is that? I mean, I have one for £47. I ran a whole webinar. I sell one. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I have one for $4.97. And I've got like 20 people buying it. The other thing I've discovered is with different countries, certain countries want to put their hands in their pocket, others don't. For me, the biggest market where people want to invest in themselves are in Asia. So again, this afternoon, I most probably have a lot of my Asian audience, like in Malaysia, all of those kind of places. Those people, whatever it takes, they want to invest in themselves, they want to better themselves. So think about your markets that you're going to be selling to, and definitely, Gavin, I would have two different models there.
Thank you.
But give me a call afterwards.
Okay.
Any other questions? No. Well, hopefully you've picked up some ideas there, and I really do want you to go out. Let's have a little bit of fun. Dun, da, da, da. So this is going to be for the silver package. The whole
Frank, sorry, Frank. So what I think the one lady didn't actually get is that this whole webinar that you've done right now is part of the whole system. In other words, you run a webinar showing people, look at what you can do, but throughout the whole thing, you're saying, but I have this course where I will tell you more. So that's why some of the questions that the lady was asking, I don't think she understood that this is just one big fat sales webinar, which is a great thing because you do two things. I am learning. I mean, I wouldn't know half the things of these words, Udemy, and I wouldn't know that. So I'm getting knowledge. So it's a tease. This is the tease, and you're selling the steak.
Absolutely. And this is my best sales platform. I mean, in the last 3 months, I've had 93 courses that I've sold using this method. And I give great information, like financial advisors. When I had that, I normally get about 100 people. I'm oversubscribed on that one. The course is $4.97, and I'll sell 10 to 15 courses. So I give them great information, and then I do an upsell. I've had a company in Chile that's contacted me now. They've got 5,000 advisors. They want me to do a free webinar for them. And I say, I will do a free webinar on the proviso that I had 10 to 15 minutes at the end of it to sell my course. If they don't want that, I'm not going to do the webinar for them. And again, we can offer this to clients, but you can only offer these kinds of things if you've got that thing to sell. Otherwise, many of us know you just run a webinar, oh, that was fantastic, I've learned a lot, but you made no money from it unless somebody pays you for the webinar. So you've got to have exactly what Gavin said. You've got to have that upsell at the back of it. No more questions? Okay. Now, some of these names are, you see I've got lots of names over here. So this is my little magnet here. And some of these might be for this afternoon's course. Let's just see some of the names over here.
I'm not supposed to read them first.
Is anyone else like me, like you've got to read like that nowadays there?
Why do you think I'm wearing these stupid orange things?
I'm not even going to say Clive.
Trademark.
Neslian Gergen. He sounds like an afternoon kind of guy. Neslian. You lose, you snooze. Gone. Let's see another one here. Adam from Fresh Mindset. Is Adam with us? By the way, if I do shout out your name, you've got to unmute yourself. You've got to get so excited. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, he's gone. Oh, this one I think we may have with us. Mr. Brian Abbott. Brian, are you with us?
That's me. Hey. Serious.
Brian. So you've got that. That's £497 worth of value. But remember, it only starts the beginning of next month. Also, remember, anyone who's buying the pre-sale, you buy it today for $297, but the course only releases on the 1st of next month. That's why you're getting the £200 discount, because there's just so much more work I'm putting into it. I just realized, like the question Michael came up with today, I didn't realize going in and licensing your course and how do you actually sell to corporate. So there's quite a lot more there.
Is that £497 worth of consulting I've just given you there, Frank?
£4.97 is consulting. I think so. You can see Michael's in our group. I've had this bad influence on him already. He used to be a
Michael, we've just been told you can buy a whole house in South Africa for $497 anyway.
And again, Gavin, the thing that you were saying, I mean, we've got some time to ask questions now.
I thought you were standing me up there.
Clive, that isn't a joke. It really is that bad with the exchange rate.
I know. I've got lots of South African clients, and I used to think R1,000,000 sounded a lot, but it's about 4 pence, isn't it?
No, if you need to go. We'll just, anyone else who's left here got questions. Just another thing on why.
Got to go, Frank. Thanks very much indeed, mate.
Cheers, Michael. See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Cheers, Brian. Cheers, Michael.
Bye,
so, for webinars, run free webinars. So many people say, oh, I don't run free webinars. So I get a lot of paid webinars, but I don't get paid anything like I would if I was live on stage. And they're great. I've got about 2 or 3 lined up in the next couple of weeks, which is great. But on your webinars, you never know who is on your webinar. One of the guys that's just signed off now, Tim, he's been on a lot of my webinars. He put me on to somebody that put me on to 3 or 4 massive companies in South America. I've got a call at 12 with one of them. There's a huge base there. He's also put me on to another company in Asia. Clive has put me on to some people as well. So you never know who's on your course. If they're getting a lot of value from you, business is going to follow. Right, so no more questions. I'm just going to share this last screen. So if anyone wants to see that, I'm just going to leave that up there for a few minutes. And hey, thanks everybody. Great seeing you all.
Thanks,
and see you soon. Cheers, everyone.
Very good. Frank. That was amazing. And double amazing that I got that too, because I'm just about to start writing some stuff. So this is brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, that's brilliant, Brian. And you got lots of knowledge, all your photography stuff. Jeez.
That's what I want to start doing. Thank you.
You've got to do that, the wildlife photography.
Well done, Frank. Best yet, I think.
Oh, cheers. Thanks, Clive. It was
Clive, nice meeting you too.
It was a real experiment today. I didn't know how many people to expect. I didn't know how long the thing was going to last, but it seems to have worked out well. And yeah, we'll see what kind of sales come from it. And I've never done a pre-launch sale yet as well. So we'll see if anybody buys into that.
Thanks again.
Cheers, Jazz. Good seeing you again.
Cheers. Take care.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. See you all soon. Cheers. We've all got that there. Let's see if there's any more.
Just boof. Leave.
Stop the share there.
Frankie, your biscuit.
So what did you think?
Oh, that was great, Frank. I think you blew some people's minds away, including mine, with the amount of stuff there is. But that makes absolute sense, because if you're going to do this properly, there's got to be a process, procedure. And I was also thinking, shit, how do I even start this? There's so much to learn, plus the product itself. But I'm excited, man.
Yeah. And this will give you a framework when it comes out. Just work through each of them, you know.
Oh, well, definitely. No, that's brilliant. That was very good. Well done. And I love the way you handle the questions. And the way you handle the question is don't just answer the question, you go into a story around it, which is brilliant. So with Gavin, for instance, yeah, Gavin, no, you're right. But I'd come out with two. So he goes, yeah, no, that makes sense. Because sometimes, I'm not saying he did it, but sometimes the guys throw a curveball in just to see if I can throw you off, and you handle that brilliantly.
And the thing is, for you, what I would do is I'd get that course on photography, and I promise you, if you start doing the webinars on wildlife photography, you know, even if you get 20 people, you'll sell 10 courses, because it is such a niche product, you know.
See, what I've been thinking of, Erica wants me to do webinars on my product, and there's thousands of us who do that too.
I know.
I might attract a few people, but I've got no product to sell. So what's the point of even doing it?
Yeah. And again, if you're going to do like teamwork, leadership, Jesus, there's so much competition out there, you know.
That's the problem, man.
Yeah. And that's why you got a niche. That's why, like, my offshore financial services product is so niche. Yeah. I mean, if something comes off, it's going to be brilliant. I don't hold my breath, but I'm working with an Asian company that have got 6,000 advisors. I've gone right through the whole board of directors. They're evaluating my course, and they want to make it their online training course, you know. So
yeah,
if I get anything from there, something from Joel coming through there.
Probably thinks it's a setup.
I wonder why she would think that.
Obviously, just Frank Furness forgot our little arrangement. Did you have one with her?
Brian, was it rigged? Have a spectacular day.
No one will know it was ever.
No. I'm just going to say to them, no, you saw the names being pulled out.
Shit, I love it, man.
Yeah,
no, and that's what I was thinking. So the photography thing is definitely the route to go, because the more I've been looking at it, and I'm passionate about it, Frank. And there's millions of us. I mean, just look at our group, Solanke. So many people do what I'm doing. And I have an accent. And I know it sounds crazy, but the Brits love the Brits.
Yeah, you're right. That's, you know what, I wasn't going to say it. Let me stop the recording there.
You better trim that.